Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'm going to talk about why Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades have been failing a little bit, and also why they remind me of a line from Kenny Rogers' The Gambler song. So for you guys that are not familiar with that, we're going to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. But first I want to talk about a couple of services that I am much preferring at the moment. So I want to give my update obviously on the ARM calls from Bullseye. We're going to talk about those. But I want to just quickly go through thetatraders.com. I'll leave a link in the description. Making lots of money selling options on futures, and also a lot of people are doing 0DTE, SPX spreads as well, selling those. And there's just a ton of really good stuff on here, so definitely check this out. You can see everything that's on here on the website. If you have any questions, email me. Email Lance, his email's down the bottom here. And hopefully you guys can start making very consistent income. We very, very, very rarely lose any trades, and when we do, they're generally not that large, usually quite small. So definitely check it out. I think you'll really love it, especially if you want to sell options for premium, get a consistent income going. And now my favourite service, again I'll leave a review in the description below, Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. It's one main trade every Monday at noon, done on a live stream, but also sent out via email. And he also includes 1 to 2 bonus trades as well from his new SAM software. I'll leave a link to a summit that he's going to be talking about that coming up next week as well, all in the description below as usual. So those are two services that I recommend above Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trade these days. 2 years ago, Jeff Bishop's Bullseye Trades was like the best service I'd found. It was just every day, it was just like every week it was just a winner. It was great. And he's been on some good runs recently, but you really have had to chase them to make any money from them, and that's psychologically very hard to do. So even though they've been, like his thesis has been right, the timing has been almost impossible for most people, most subscribers at least, to get in and make money from. Some people have, but a lot of people are just kind of giving up on it. So if that's you, I would recommend changing to Nate Bear's Profit Surge Trader. Again, this will be in the description below, but for example, there is a trade in here that I show. Typically, this is I think this is either an hourly or a daily chart. It's an hourly chart. So like Nate Bear will alert, but you'll have plenty of time to get in before hopefully the thing takes off. So we're not having that problem with Nate Bear at all. So definitely check that out in the description below. Anyway, let's get started on Bullseye Trade. So every Monday, a bit like Nate Bear, Jeff sends out a email pre-market, and basically it's giving a countdown of what he's actually going to play for that week. And so you can see right here it says my bullseye pick this week is ARM calls, and his plan is to try and pick some options near my target entry. You never know exactly where the price will be at market open. So, and he also says this a lot: I want to save some room to add to position if it comes down to 140. I will be watching the 138 level and use that as a stop loss. So if it closes below 138, he reiterates that here in the summary, which I do like how he does this. Then you would want to stop out. So that's basically his trade. And he really doesn't give any explanation here. He does a live session where he does talk about why. It's usually to do with Keltner channels. It's not as cool as Nate Bear stuff, I'll just be honest. So I would definitely consider that over Bullseye Trades at the moment at least. So let me show you why I'm comparing the chart of ARM to the Gambler song by Kenny Rogers. So if you're not familiar with Kenny Rogers' song, basically it's about two men on a train, and one's a gambler, and he basically gives the other guy some advice for life. And it's meant for gambling, but it's also sort of for life as well. And one of the bits of advice that he gives is every hand is a winner and every hand is a loser. And then the next line is pretty funny, which I like, but it's not relevant to this. I think he says something like, and the best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. I just thought it was kind of funny how it says that. But so it's like every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. The best you can hope for is to die in your sleep. But the every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser applies really well to bullseye trades, because almost every week this is the kind of thing that we see. So I've marked the 138 level, which is the stop loss. And look at this thing. It depends where you buy it. So you buy it here, you stop out here. You buy it here, you make money here. You buy it here, you stop out here. It's every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. It depends so much on where you buy, what your timing is. It's very, very difficult to get the options at the correct price and not get stopped out. So it starts to sell off here. You're like, okay, cool, yeah, this is good, okay, cool. Back to roughly where he suggested, which was the so let me kill Skype here. My sister's calling me. I should always log out of Skype before I before I start these things. I'm not going to re-record this though, so let me just try and get this to stop. Let's log out of Skype here. Sign out and remember. This is how unscripted my YouTube videos are. So let's get rid of Skype. Alright. So anyway, I was saying the idea here is that the ARM calls, he basically said he wanted near 580. The problem is the gap up made it so they were much higher than that. By the time they come down, it's close to the stop loss, right? So you're buying in here, everything's okay until the next day. So like right here, where you suddenly get like this drop and you've stopped out after market close. So the market closed, I think it closed like here. So on the Tuesday, yeah, it was below 138. So you stopped out. But then if you bought again, you just stopped out. So the people that were making money were buying after the stop out, right? And so then it drops and you're like, okay, now what? So you kind of left up to your own devices at that point. Let's kind of look at here. This would be one way to look at it. You could say, well, this level along here at 131 could be your new level, right? So if you decided you're going to take a risk and buy at the stop, which you could do, and I've done before, you can say that my new stop is actually this level of support along this level here, 131.46. And then you'd have done brilliantly. But you see what I mean about every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser? Some people made money on this and some people didn't. And that's because it's like throwing darts at a dartboard. It really is. So here's some of the comments people were leaving. Jeff got in. I think he actually made 50%. So I closed half of the calls out this morning for 50% on the rip higher. So again, it depends what day you choose to get in and things. Followed your plan and executed for 50%. So overall, this trade does seem to be fairly successful, but the volatility just around the stop just seems ridiculous. I'm out, the stock just didn't feel right, went way up, then tanked again, gotta wait for next week's trade. Anyone know why this is tanking? Are we going lower? So yeah, so there's more people engaging, which is good, I think. And I'm glad to see that Jeff made some money on this. But really, if you were to follow Jeff's plan, like I've shown the stop loss here, an entry on the Monday. So it gapped up, sold off down to the stop. And then, but look, if you followed his trade plan, he was looking for a price target of 160, and so he got nowhere near that. So you're basically just gambling around the this median line of what, this oscillating chart. And so to me, this is not really a trade. So I'm a little disappointed in this trade, even though some people might have gotten lucky or timed a good buy and made money on it. So anyway, that's my analysis of the Bullseye Trade for ARM this week. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you soon.